Get that
they're
party
working
bus.
on. Gotta have that. There was an Oprah request. The attorneys are working on multiple requests to satisfy someone from the anti-masking group. There are architect contracts on the agenda. There's a comprehensive maintenance plan. The state requires proof that our buildings are regularly maintained to keep them from disrepair. So that's on the agenda. Security upgrades, door access, cameras, alerts. Slackwood School is completed. Next up is Ben Franklin and the other schools to follow. Solar bids were rejected and will be rebid. Slackwood Roof is out to bid. There's a CO2 Sensor Project, which is a device that will be able to determine if someone is in a room because they've exhaled CO2, and it will turn off or on the heat and the air conditioning accordingly. It will save on our electric bill. There's site lighting that is being covered under Elisa's law, and people who are questioning how we're spending the ESSER money can find that at our website. There was a settlement payment and policies for November that were discussed. With that, I'd like to move SBM 1 through 23.
Second.
And with a motion and a second, Tom, whenever you're ready.
That was Ms. Bowes for the second?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Bowes,
Yes.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Ms. Farmer,
Yes.
Mrs. Grover,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Dr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Santos,
Yes.
Ms. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Van Hise.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. We'll move to our last opportunity for public input.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Jackie Ivy, 101 Altamore Avenue. I just came on behalf of the Boyd Mentoring Program as well to discuss the importance of ensuring that students who are struggling in the classroom as well as personally have an opportunity to meet with a mentor and be held accountable and to set personal goals and academic goals to be able to attend school on a regular basis, to have someone who can speak to them individually to their needs. A lot of kids are getting lost. We heard about the COVID and why kids are falling behind, but we do need mentors in a number of these kids' lives as well. They may need a push, they may need a boost, and mentors are very significant in the lives of young people. As well, with the Boyd program, there is also educational component, social component. Students learn about who they are culturally. A lot of the students, again, may need just that boost, that someone, to know that someone is there for them and someone will hold them accountable for goals that they may set themselves. So I wanted to just speak on behalf of those students who are falling behind. I personally don't have those students. I have a senior and a freshman, 2 daughters here at Lawrence High School. And I know, and I say all the time, people tell me how fortunate I am. I know that not all families have the support. Not all students have the support of their parents. They're for many reasons. And so I wanted to come out this evening and just speak on behalf of the mentoring program and how significant it is to these kids. And it needs to happen soon before it gets further, they get further and further behind. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening, everyone. I'll be brief, but I am as well. Well, let me introduce myself. Let me start there. James Page, 86 Alcazar Avenue in Lawrenceville. I, too, would like to help get the word out about the importance of the VoIP mentoring program. I can't say enough about what young people need today, especially in the world that we live in now, to help them reinforce their self-esteem. And I think even more importantly, those that are falling through the cracks may need a little more of a push regarding accountability. A lot falls onto the parents, the guardians, but the students are the ones who are in school. A program like this where you can get people used to just knowing that someone else is looking out for them. Someone else is dedicating their time to care for them, to ensure that their safety is looked upon as being paramount. And knowing that when they come to this school, to this district, it's not just them alone and then going back home and possibly having an empty house, no one to follow up with, and then they come back to school the next day and it's just a repeating record all over and over again. There's many reasons why students may not do these things on their own, but to have a mentoring program added on top of that will help minimize, any sort of failure on our part where we could have done something additional than just sitting back. There was also the discussion about the impact of COVID on families. There was an article in the Washington Post today that broke down the impact of the loss of loved ones for children by state. And when I looked at New Jersey, it mentioned that there were approximately 140,000 children impacted by COVID in the past year. And of course, it broke it down into other demographics, and needless to say, our minorities are suffering the most. In some cases, 2 to 3 times as many as their counterparts. And when you have that sort of trauma going on in a child's life, in addition to parents that have lost jobs, parents who are now a caregiver of other family members, any assistance we can give them to ensure that their child stays on the right track is well worth the investment. And I'm not going to sit here and say that $36,000 isn't a lot of money, but when you really look at the value of each and every child's life that we could impact, it's really just a drop in the bucket. I see this as a no-brainer, and I hope that those empowered to make the decision to do so will give a nod and sign off and say, what can we do to help? We're in. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Anyone further? Seeing none, we'll move on to new business.
Okay, new business. You'll find in the new business adjustments in leave and start dates and adjustments on account numbers. And one exciting one, a new appointment for a bus driver. And with that, I'd like to move new NB1 through NB17.
Second.
And with a motion second, Tom, whenever you're ready.
Ms. Bowes,
Yes.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Ms. Farmer,
Yes.
Ms. Grover,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Dr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Santos,
Yes.
Ms. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Van Hise.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. And with that, I will thank everybody for coming out this evening. We appreciate everybody's attention and getting through this. And so we will see you, I guess, next month, which will be here before we know it. So with that, we will entertain our final motion of the evening. Somebody would like to move our...
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, we are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.